What's up? How you doing? Here we are again. Got my favorite juice here. Pineapple. Love this stuff. I like all juices, but I like this one a lot. Delicious. So I got some new shoes here. Look at that. Handcrafted. So they look like baseballs. See that? Like baseballs. Fine leather. Nice thick leather, good stitching. Look at these laces, good looking laces. Nice and soft inside, good cushion. Good shoe. And on the side here it has a little crown. I don't know if it'll focus in on that, but there's a crown there. So, yeah, I don't like these here. Paper inside stuffed. Born shoes. That's what it's called, Born shoes. Always takes a little bit to break them in, but once they break in, leather feels very comfortable. Years ago, I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy some canvas Converse Chuck Taylors, and I wore them, and they just wouldn't break in right. Canvas didn't have that comfortable leather feel. So now I have Converse, the Chuck Taylors, but they're leather, but they still don't break in the way you want them to, because the surrounding area around your toes is rubber, and rubber doesn't have much give. You know, flexes back to the original shape. I go grab them. I'll show you. So these are the Chuck Taylors. Originally canvas, but these are leather. That's leather, and that little thing here, I think that's leather also. That, when I was in the 6th grade, that was very attractive to me. That emblem, I thought it was so cool. The first designer sneakers I bought were Converse, but not these. I bought the other ones, the basketball, the high top ones with the greater than sign of the star. I got the dark blue and white leather ones. You know, these right here, they didn't have them back then in leather. They had them in canvas, and I would see a lot of the kids who had them. Once a week, they would come in and they would be like clean again. So you throw them in the washing machine, wash them. But I didn't find them, you know, appealing in terms of the material. These are much better. I mean, they break into a point, but then you have this area here that, you know, is rigid. But I love Converse. So I ended up going. I remember it was one year. They said to me, my parents, they said, "What do you want for a prize?" And I said, I still need sneakers even if it's not my birthday. So they said, okay, we'll get you a pair of the sneakers you want. I was getting those anyway. What am I going to walk around in? But I wanted Converse high top sneakers. So we ended up going down to the sporting goods store. And way up on the top shelf were the Converse I wanted in a box. I said to the lady, I go, I want Converse high top sneakers. And I said those, the sample. And I go, I think they're up there. So she grabbed a ladder, climbed all the way to the top, brought them down, and we bought them. And that was my first pair. And then I stuck with Converse for years. And then one day, I noticed another brand, New Balance, and they come in width. So I went to this store. It was an outlet store, like a warehouse store, brick building. And I said to the guy, "Let me give me the size." And then I tried the wider and wider, and the wider ones felt better. So I ended up getting New Balance. Delicious. And the New Balance for me lasted many, many years. I bought New Balance for 20 years, maybe more than 20. And then I got the New Balance hiking boot, which was very good. You know, it was nice, solid shoe, comfortable. Now I don't wear sneakers that much, if ever. I mean, I have a few pairs inside. I have a New Balance one. I have a Converse high top one, and I have these also. But I don't really wear sneakers anymore. I wear boots, leather boots, rugged, solid. They go everywhere. I go to the desert, good grip on the rocks. They hold a shine. You know, put some nice Lincoln shoe shine. I know there's better ones, but Lincoln is good enough. And I got the saddle soap. I knew a guy many years ago. He was a boxer. He was a Navy fighter, Navy boxer, not a fighter. I don't know. He didn't fly a plane, but he was a boxer in the Navy during World War II. And he had these really cool boxing shoes, boxing sneakers, all leather. Had a thin bottom, probably half the size of this one. And they were, at the time when I met him, it was 1985. And he had them from 1940, the same ones. He would just change the bottoms. And every day, he would come in there and slap on saddle soap. Rub it in there, you know, every day. Put some on his fingertips and rub it on his shoes. And he said to me back then, he goes, "This makes my shoes last." And I go, "Apparently, because you've had them since the 40s. But, yeah, too many shots to the head where every day I had to tell him my name. Even though he knew me for a long time, he knew who I was, like, when he would see me, but he would, like, and I'd say, "Nick." And he goes, "Oh, yeah." And then, like, 10 minutes later, same problem. Couldn't remember the name. But anyway, Converse high-top sneakers. And like I said, this emblem here, this thing with the signature, the Converse, the star here, and the All-Star on the bottom, even today, I love that. Look at that. If you can get a good focus on that. But, and of course we have a little saying that goes like this: "I'm pointing to my Converse high-top sneakers. You're the greatest, and that ain't no jive. Your standard equipment on the BC Drive. As I fly through the air to make my famous flanks." Screwed that up. Do it again. "I'm pointing to my Converse high-top sneakers. You're the greatest, and that ain't no jive. Your standard equipment on the BC Drive. As I fly through the air to make my famous slam dunk. I'm wearing Converse, and that ain't no bunk. Converse by Chuck Taylor." Get $100 for saying that. And I've said that so many times that it just comes out, you know, without even thinking, it comes up. But when I start to think, like I just did a minute ago, when I start to think, what's the next word, it becomes a train wreck. It's like you lose your place. So the best thing is not even think and have it come out automatically. Put it on auto drive. So that's it. That's good. But for me, the colder the better. If I can get this down to 32.1, just above freezing, even 32.001, even better. You know, I want my beverages cold. I don't know these people. I mean, okay, I like tea and coffee. They could be hot, or, you know, hot enough to drink. But my beverages, that have to be cold. I want them to be freezing cold, ice cold. Nothing beats a good beverage when you're out in the desert. It's 112, 115 degrees out there, and then you have a thermos, like a Stanley thermos, and you open it up and it's freezing cold, the water inside, or whatever other beverage, maybe Kool-Aid. Remember Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid in the 70s, they had these commercials where the kids would be playing, and it was Saturday morning cartoons, so they have these commercials geared towards children. And then the kids would be all thirsty and be like, I'm thirsty. And the kid would say, hey, Kool-Aid. And Kool-Aid, he'd say, oh yeah, and he'd bust down a wall and come through all scary looking, and then the kids would have some Kool-Aid with Jim Jones. That's good. So anyway, Converse by Chuck Taylor. And the bottoms have not changed at all. Look at that. But I like these. And I've had these now probably 5 years. And I think I wore them once. That's why they look brand new. I wore them one time. But these right here, I got these down by San Diego. They're very unusual. That's why I bought them. I haven't seen a shoe that looks like that. It looks like a baseball. But it's fine leather. It's really high quality, premium. So, that's it. It's very, I know I keep saying that's it, but beautiful day today. Feels so nice out. Kind of like late spring. That's what it feels like. All the trees that I'm looking at are blooming. Smells nice out, fresh. Good day to have a dirt bike and go out in the desert and ride around. Do some jumps. Oh yeah, I can't wait till the Olympics show the ski jumps. Love the ski jumps. These guys are going down super fast. They jump in the air. I love it, man. I can't wait to go and see. Hope they break a record or something. Maybe 900 feet this year. I think the record is like over 800 feet. That's far. You think 800 feet is like from here all the way to that light that I'm looking at. It's incredibly far. See hummingbirds once in a while flapping their wings. I don't know how they don't get tired doing that. It's tiresome. So I use this product. I highly recommend it. It's called Sea Foam. They have regular sea foam, and then they have this one here, which is high mileage sea foam. And you pay a little bit more, but why not buy the high mileage one when it's an improvement over the original? Plus, I have high mileage now. So I put one of these in the gas tank, cleans it out, keeps everything lubricated, working fine. And this one's made for cars with over 75,000 miles. Fine product. And also, you put it in your oil case, the crankcase there, put a little bit in there. It says, an ounce for each quart of oil. So you got 6 quarts, you put 6 ounces. This is 16 ounces. So put some in there. Keeps everything working right. Prevents gumming up and that residue that builds up inside. Prevents that from happening. Breaks it down if it's already in there. It says add to your fuel tank every 3,000 miles. And then of course they have a little extra thing in here. It says for best results, add whenever you refill or refuel. Sorry. So of course they're going to say that. Every time you refuel is better than every 3,000 miles for them. But it's a fine product. Really good stuff. Seafoam. So I got my coffee pot here. Capacity is 20 cups. You can make tea in here, coffee, warm it up, make soup, whatever you want. I like tea. I like Stash Tea is a really good company. I love Stash. Got tons of their stuff. Lipton is awesome. Then you go to Whole Foods and you see companies that make tea that you never heard of. Twin, I know that one. You know, they make decent tea. English breakfast. Love English tea and coffee. Love coffee made in Ethiopia. Ethiopia, beautiful country, beautiful landscape, beautiful people. Very nice. I like the Ethiopian people, and they have a beautiful country. Such beauty there. It's a landscape. I'd like to go, but it's far. It's very far. I don't mind, going far, but that's very far. But they do have good coffee. So you take this out to the desert, fill it up with water, let it boil. If you want to make cowboy coffee, you put the grounds in here, let it boil. Crow making all that noise. Let it boil, and then you add a bit of cold water so the grounds sink to the bottom, and then you pour, and it's very smooth coffee, that cowboy coffee. I used to think cowboy had an L in there. I thought it was cowboy. It just sounded to me like everybody was saying cowboy. Even today when I say cowboy, it's like I'm missing a letter in there. Cowboy doesn't sound as good as cowboy. Look at those cowboys. But they say cowboy. Not a cowman. It's a cowboy. I don't know why they didn't call them cowmen. Be like, yeah, a bunch of cowmen came here. They were looking for you. It's always a bunch of cowboys. How about horsemen? Horsemen. They used horses. Why are they just cowboys? And another word that I thought I was saying it right up until 15 years ago was the word SAW. I would say saw. I would say saw it. What's up? Okay, bring it here. Let me see it. Wow, that's cool. That's the sun and the background, and then that's the sky.
No, that's not the sky. That's the ocean.
Oh, I was gonna say ocean.
This is the sky.
Oh, I see. That's reflected.
It's like, and then that's like so this is like the ombre sky, and then this is like the mountains, and this is the water.
Wow.
So it's like a rainbow.
That's nice. So that's Amanda's artwork today.
I made it right now.
Made it right now.
It's my art hands.
Yeah. She's got a bunch of other ones too. These are kind of abstract. And then this one here. We'll make a t-shirt out of these someday. Very good.
Thank you.
Got the
this
date
one's like
there.
from chalk pastel, and the other one's made from paint. Or watercolor.
Yes.
Watercolor, chalk pastel.
Very nice. Hang them up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you, bye-bye.
Love you.
What are you doing?
I'm making a video. I'm talking to people.
No, like, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just displaying my coffee pot.
What are the shoes for?
I was showing people my shoes.
Oh, cool. I like them.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thank you. All right. Me too. So anyway, where was I? Anyway, I will say once again, Ethiopian coffee is great. If you haven't had it, go somewhere that sells it and try it. Really good coffee. But I think I was past that. Wow. I went to Hawaii one year and I drank pineapple juice all the time. I had salmon all the time. They always had salmon with everything. You had breakfast, they had salmon. You had lunch, there was salmon there. There was salmon all the time. So I had salmon all the time. It was really good. And the other thing, I had a lot of Kona coffee. Everywhere I went, they had Kona. They had big signs, Kona coffee with an arrow. And I go, I know if the sign's here and that's below it, I know that's Kona, but they had an arrow pointing. So you knew it was Kona and nothing else. And I've said this in other videos, but here, Kona is very expensive. It's like $50 for a little bag. And when they have reasonably priced Kona coffee, it's always a blend. It's always like 90%, I don't know, Folgers or Sanka or something like that, and then 10% Kona, which brings up the value. But I want 100% Kona coffee. I'm a Kono from Hawaii 5-0. And then when they rebooted, Kono was a female. But in the original one, it was a big, football player looking Hawaiian guy that played Kono. I think he died, I don't know, the past 7-8 years. Kono. Okay, I'll be back.